Hi, I'm KCLau, a financial educator and author of the book Money Smart. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the insurance plan called investment link policy and why I think that this is the best protection policy type that you can buy in Malaysia and how you can do it by applying the strategy of buy term and invest the difference. So you'll find all the details in this video. In this case, we are going to use the quotation from Great Eastern Life, but I believe all the investment link policy provided by other companies like Hong Leong, AIA, Prudential, it all works the same way. So if you want me to review other companies' plan, you can send the quotation to me for me to check it out. I'll probably do a similar videos going through their quotation as well. So this plan by Great Eastern as an investment link policy, it is called the Smart Protect Essential 3. So they have 1, 2, 3. If you're watching this a few years later, probably you'll have 4, 5, 6, right? So this is how it works. You'll see a summary page right after the cover. So this summary page basically tells you how much premium you're going to pay. This is annualized premium. Every year you pay 3,700, and then you have the basic plan, how much is coverage, and also all the riders. So riders mean just add on, right? Just add on to the policy. So you can buy this policy without all these riders, or you can add as many riders as you want that they provide. And what are these riders about? So they just put a code name, but there are explanation down below. We will briefly look at that later. Okay, we get to the next page, and this page is, I think, is very good educational page where it basically explain how investment link policy works. And why I like investment link policy is that I put the word transparent. This is like the most transparent policy because it tells you where the money goes, right? Compared to all the other traditional policy. In fact, when you pay the premium, is all the money basically inside a black box. You don't know what happened to the money. Here, investment link policy, I'll just call it ILP from now on. It works this way. So you see this chart, it explained really well. So first thing, when we buy policy, we pay premium, right? So when you pay premium, it has two parts. It goes to two different places. The first is go to unallocated premium. So you can see when unallocated means it doesn't go into your account, or it goes to other places. So basically it goes to insurance expenses, the insurance company expenses, and mainly I would say it goes to commission to the agent. So agent got money from this unallocated premium. And also you have another part will be premium allocated into the unit fund. So this is the money that is actually inside your policy. So for this case, like when you pay 3,700 ringgit a year, then there are certain portion that is allocated to you. So when it is allocated to you, you can see it goes to B. A is what you pay, and then B is what you get in your policy. And then you use to purchase units in the investment link fund. So these investment funds, we call it ILP Funds. It is managed by the insurance company, so it works just like a unit trust. We'll get to that later. And after B, you have C, where they use your money of B to deduct insurance charges. So whatever insurance you buy, whatever coverage you buy, like all the riders, everything, it comes from B. So you deduct, it's called C. Then other charges also, the policy fee. So the policy itself, it has a fee, recurring fees. Every month they will charge you a fee on that. And then the fund management fee as well. The fund management charge, this E, portion E. Basically, you're just paying the fund manager on managing how to invest your fund in the policy, right? After that, it says, okay, now there are two benefits you get from here. So since you buy insurance, so you will get your sum assured. You also get the total investment value. You can call it TIV, total investment value. This is called the G. This is amount you receive upon maturity or upon death or upon surrender. In this chart, I explain very well how your funds flow inside an ILP. Okay, next page is where they show you how your money is going to be invested in which fund. So like in Great Eastern, they have a few funds here. So it depends on the selection. So I'm going to tell you that actually you can customize where to invest. You can put evenly on all these funds, or you can just put 100% in one fund. And you can also change it anytime you want. So you can change it anytime you want just by submitting a form. So this is very customizable. So just remember that it is not fixed on how you can invest with all these funds available to the policy holders. Okay, the next page I think is the most important page you want to see, because this table basically shows very clearly how your money goes or where your money goes. So for example, this policyholder is 30 years old. So on the end of policy year 1, so he's 31 years old. This is the premium he paid at the beginning, 3,700. And we can see allocated premium. So allocated premium is the money that goes into the policy, right? So it is only 60% of the total premium. So the rest of it, 40%, actually is at the commission. H, you can see here. Actually, it's a 45%, right? 1,665. Actually, is unallocated premium. So these are the monies that is not going into your policy. But here, B, then it is. So you can see here, this line, it goes here, inside your policy. But the allocation will get higher the longer you pay for the policy. So like at year 9 onwards, it will be 100%, all allocated for your policy, 100%. And then this money is going to be used to deduct the policy fees. This is the basic policy. Like for this example, is 100,000 coverage. So this is the insurance charges you pay for a year. And then this is for the unique deducting riders, so all the supplementary riders like the critical illnesses, like the medical cards, all those are over here. And these are the charges for that. So you actually use this money to pay for all these insurance charges. And then there's another charges called the policy fees. So every month is 6 ringgit for Great Eastern's policy. So a year is 72 ringgit. And you also pay the management fees of the investment fund. So you can see the number goes up when your cash value goes up, right? Your total investment value goes up. So it's actually a certain percentage. It's about 1 point something percent of your total investment value. You can see here, at maturity or upon early cancellation, you may receive this amount. Amount is not guaranteed. Of course, it is based on investment. And they give you two scenarios, scenario X and scenario Y. So what is that? Scenario X is 2% return, scenario Y is 5% return. So you might get more, right, if the investment is performing better than 5%. So this is just a projection, nothing is guaranteed. Therefore, how do you get to this amount, like 122, 1002, and 1045? This is from 3,700. You deduct the unallocated premium here, you deduct H. Then you got the allocated premium, so this is the money you get here. And you deduct this one, 2,220, you deduct 121, and then you deduct this 1,000, you deduct this 72, and you deduct this 121. And based on the return, this is the money that is actually left in your policy. So 1,000 is on the first year. Okay, move on to the next page, and we will see just now all the shortcode they put on the summary page, right? Like what is ILHB? Well, ILHB is actually the hospitalization benefits rider, and CIBR is the critical illness, PWE is the premium waiver extra rider, CIPR is the critical illness plus rider, and this SMM 150 is basically the Smart Medic, is basically medical card. And let's move on. This is the insurance charges table for all the riders. So you can see if when you pay for this ILHB a year, you pay 96 ringgit. You pay for CIBR every year, you pay 54 ringgit. This is on the first year. PWE 46 ringgit. CIPR 63. Medical card is the most expensive one. You pay 773 ringgit a year. And you can see this amount will increase as you age. Right? And a lot of people, they feel that, oh my god, I buy an investment policy and the insurance charges keep on increasing. Of course, it is how insurance work. When you get older, it will be more expensive to insure you, right? Because you are in a higher risk group, age group. So it's just natural that you are going to pay higher insurance charges when you get older. But don't let this scare you from buying an investment-linked policy, because I like this because you pay as you go. It's unlike traditional policy, you might be paying a lot more upfront. Then basically you pay for what you don't need when you are young, just to hopefully that you can break even at the end, at the old age. So that's why I would prefer a transparent policy like an investment-linked policy. Let's move to the next page, and here is the product disclosure sheet. So it's all written in black and white, right? What are the coverage you are actually getting? So what is this product about? What is Smart Protect Essential 3? It covers basically death and TPD, right? And then what is the definition of death, TPD, what's no lapse guarantee, auto extension coverage. So you can see these are the basic what this plan is about. And then you can see this is hospitalization and surgical benefits. So mainly the medical card, what does it cover? So it spells out everything here. In the quotation, I think it's very good that they put everything inside here so that you can read it and you will understand what it actually covers. And going down further, you will see all the other as well. This is for other riders like the IL critical illness plus rider. And what are the major exclusion? So there are exclusion. You can read all this, what the riders doesn't cover, what the plan doesn't cover. So it's all inside here. There's a lot of it you can read really. And what does this rider means, right? What does this rider cover? So these are the things that you want to read. So that's all about the product disclosure sheet. Okay, going further down, and you'll see this very good guide, good disclosure about how investment-linked policy works. So this is basically to educate you on what you're actually buying. So I think very, very good illustration, including this chart where it shows how actually your money flows whenever you pay a premium for the investment-linked policy. So very good information. So going further down, then you can find the fund fact sheet. So for Great Eastern, they have a few funds and they'll tell you how the fund is performing in the past. Alright, and then you can check out how this fund is managed. And this fixed income fund, just now is a fixed balance fund, and fixed income funds, fixed enhanced equity fund. So you can read all this. There's no need for me to go through it. And let's check out the rest of the quotation. I want to bring your attention to this page. Great Eastern provide a customer portal. It's a customer online portal where you can actually log in after you buy a insurance policy. You can actually log in here. You can find out how many units you have in your investment link policy. What have you bought? Did you do any nomination? So all the information about your policy will be inside there. And you can also pay your premium using their online portal. I think this is good that all the insurance company now, they provide a customer online portal for all policy holders. And then moving on, so basically this is the final page of it in English, and the rest, the quotation is in Malay language. So it is a standardized feature to have the same wordings all in Malay inside the quotation. And of course, you can also request, if you want to read Chinese, you can request a quotation in Chinese. I think they also have it in Tamil as well. Tamil language for the Indians, friends in Malaysia. Basically, that's all about the quotation. And I'll take some time to answer very frequent questions about ILP. Question: how will an investment-linked policy lapse? The policy will lapse when there's no money in the policy, right? So what you want to observe is on this column G. You see, as long as you pay premium, you will have investment value in the policy. So if this value drops to zero, then this policy will lapse, and all your riders, all your protection will be gone, and you will have to reinstate. If you want to reinstate, you have to pay premium again, right? So in what kind of situation this amount will drop to zero? Let's say on year 6. So it will only drop to zero depending on a few situations. So first is you don't pay premium, right? You don't pay, maybe you pay for the first few months, or in the first year, then you didn't pay. So when you didn't pay, all these insurance charges is still take money out of your total investment value, then the money might drop to zero. Then it will lapse. So the first reason is you didn't pay premium. The second, maybe the insurance charges might get higher and higher. Insurance company can actually revise these insurance charges. So it might go higher, and also it will definitely go higher when you age. When you grow older, these charges will always goes up. So whenever the money here is not enough to pay for all these insurance charges, then the policy will lapse. The third reason might be your investment is not getting good return. So let's say a crisis and your investment-linked fund plunges, then this money might drop to a very low value in a very short time, and then when it is not enough to pay for these insurance charges, then your policy might lapse. The next question is, what is a premium holiday? So you might hear it before, premium holiday. Premium holiday means you take holiday from paying your premium. That means in your quotation that it shows that every year you have to pay 3,700. But sometimes you can take days off. Means you can choose not to pay for this year. You stop for 1 year, you stop for 2 years. But your policy will not lapse as long as there is investment value, or we call it cash value, in your policy. So whenever there is money there, you can take premium holiday as long as you want. Next question, can you do premium top up? Yes. What is premium top up? Basically, it means that on top of what you pay, the premium 3,700 a year, you can also put in more money, ad hoc top up. Like you can do it once or a few times in a year. As long as you have paid the premium for the whole year, then you can do single top up. We can call that single top up. You can do it probably through their online customer portal, or you can also fill in some form and go to the branch to deposit the money. Another question, when you see this cash value in your policy, can you withdraw it anytime? The answer is yes. Of course, subjected to some rules. I think they will ask you to have at least like 5,000 ringgit in the policy, and also in the certain fund they have a minimum holding. But yes, let's say after 15 years and you have like 33,000 in there and you want to take some money out, yes, just fill out some form and you will be able to withdraw that money back to your bank account. Since an ILP is so flexible with the cash value, so you can imagine that if let's say you are paying this premium and you can get tax relief on this amount, and let's say for example this year you got laid off and you don't have money to pay the premium, so if you don't pay, then you probably don't get the tax relief. So what you can do is actually you can still pay it, and then next year you can withdraw it out. Literally, you enjoy the tax relief when you pay this year, but you can withdraw that money out anytime, even though within that year itself. Okay, how do I apply the buy term and invest the different strategy here? So with the investment-linked policy, yes, you can do that, because technically all the riders you buy, all the insurance you buy in this policy is actually charged on monthly basis. So it's basically the insurance charges you pay over here. These are all deducted monthly. They will deduct by sell off your units in your ILP. So the trick here to buy term and invest the difference is that you have the money, which is this fund, whether you want to invest the fund yourself or you want to leave it with the insurance company to invest for you. So for example, I'm a stock investor, so I would like to have as much money within my control. So I would like to pick the stocks and I want to buy the stocks that I want. So I'm not going to leave much money in the investment link policy. So the trick is you want to have the cash value just enough to cover all your insurance charges for the maybe next 2 years, 1 or 2 years. I think that's enough. So that's how you apply the buy term and invest the difference. So you pay just just adequately for the insurance charges. So how much is that insurance charges? You can look at your statement, you will know, and you can look at the quotation, you will kind of know as well. Like for example, if you're at this age 39, then you know that this year you're going to pay about this amount of insurance charges. So you can pay the premium, you don't have to pay 3,700, you can just pay just enough to cover all these charges, right? And then if there's money in there still, then you can take premium holiday. You don't have to pay your premium as long as there is money in there. So that's how I use the investment link policy to apply the strategy of buy term and invest the difference. Next question is, how do you decide what fund to choose, right? So that depends on you. If you are going to use the strategy of buy term and invest the difference, that means you don't want to leave a lot of money inside your policy. Then you probably don't like the fluctuation of the fund. Then you can always go with the fixed kind of fund, like fixed income fund. Balanced fund is quite low volatility as well compared to the others like the progressive, the equity fund, right? You can read more about this fund and see how historically how it goes, how the investment pan out, so you can decide. But really, it doesn't really matter a lot if you are not leaving a lot of money in that policy. What kind of fund is still okay. But in another case where you actually try to invest with these funds and you leave a lot of money there, then since insurance policy is a long-term commitment, is at least like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, right? Since it's a long time horizon, I would say have a higher allocation for equity funds because generally it will outperform the fixed income fund in the long term. Another popular question is, when you pay for your premium, what payment premium mode? Should you pay monthly, quarterly, or half yearly or yearly? Now you need to understand how the insurance charges is being paid. So you can see this amount, this insurance charges is stated yearly, but actually in actual case, insurance company is going to deduct these charges monthly. So every month they will sell your units to pay for the month's insurance charges. So you can see when the money is taken away from your policy, it is every month. It happens monthly, whether you are paying yearly or not. Essentially, insurance company is doing dollar cost averaging on your investment fund to pay for the insurance charges. So in this case, when you pay premium, it is also a good idea to pay monthly so that you can do dollar cost averaging strategy, right? When the fund is not doing well, you are buying more units. When the fund is doing good, when the price go up, you are actually getting less units. So you buy more units at a lower price. That's what I mean by using the dollar cost averaging strategy. So the best payment mode for investment policy is actually you want to pay using the monthly payment mode. I would like to thank Mandy Hill. You can see her name here. She's an insurance agent with Great Eastern. Mandy Hill and also her husband KCLau, who is my good friend. When I was in the insurance industry, I joined their agency, and thanks to them, they provide this quotation for me to go through with you guys. So if you want to buy any Great Eastern policy, you can always contact them. You can go to their website at sac.com.my and then you click contact us, and this is Miss Ho here. You can contact them by calling or just email or submit the form. So I highly recommend their agency if you want to buy any policy from Great Eastern. If you want me to go through other insurance plan quotation or the ILP quotation from other insurance company, maybe Hong Leong, Prudential or whoever, get that quotation and you can email to me by going to my website. The support page is kclau.com/support. So when you go there, just create a ticket and make sure you add attach the quotation, and I'll go through this video and answer your question too. Here's how you can do it. Go to my page at kclau.com/support. And if you haven't downloaded my free ebook yet, you can go to kclau.com/lq. It is the Money Tips ebook, which you can download for free. The book is free. You can read it for 15 minutes. If you find it useless, actually I will pay you 5 ringgit for the trouble, just for your time of reading it. So that's all from me. I'm KCLau. Thanks for tuning in. Hear from you soon.